I'm Nelson, and this is The Mind. Welcome to The Mind. We just had a crazy week of sports. We had some crazy wrestling stuff. We had Melo getting traded. We had a crazy week of NFL. Upsets, close games, crazy finishes. We have a lot to talk about. We only have a little bit of time, though. Welcome to The Mind. Like always, we're going to open up with college football. Last week's The Mind's game of the week, we had Mississippi State and Georgia. Georgia went on to win that game. And this week's matchup of The Mind, we have Virginia Tech versus Clemson. Huge game. Is Virginia Tech back? They always have a good program, have it in the last couple of years. Clemson, obviously national champions. Good game. I'm taking Clemson 31-14. And here's a look at your new college top 25. It's October, and that means it's almost time for some playoff baseball. The hottest team going in is probably the Indians. They're coming off that 22-game win streak that ended not too long ago. The Cubs, defending champs, they look to be back in the playoffs. So we got some wild card races going on. That's going to make it see who's in, see who's out. So we'll pick up next week when the playoffs do start on some baseball. We also had some pretty crazy NBA news. Carmelo went to OKC, so now you got a big three of Melo, Russell Westbrook, the MVP. And, of course, they also picked up Paul George this summer. Dwayne Wade just signed today to go play with LeBron once again up in Cleveland. Isaiah Thomas comes back around Christmas. Isaiah Thomas, D. Rose, D. Wade. That's a good backcourt there up in Cleveland. And you know what? I think that's going to be a big play this season. It was the second weekend of NASCAR's playoffs. Kyle Busch won the race at New Hampshire. This upcoming week, they're racing at Dover. And this is the last race before the cutoff of from 16 to 12 racers left in the playoffs. All right, so last week we talked about the WWE No Mercy. It was pretty good, not too bad. Brock Lesnar did keep his belt. Alexa Bliss kept her belt. 2/3 of Shield once again beat Cesaro and Sheamus in a good match. And Roman Reigns beat John Cena in what looked like to be, your traditional passing of the torch type of match. Overall, good pay-per-view. Brock Lesnar, that's cool. I thought that match would be a little bit better. But overall, like I said, good pay-per-view. Excited for the upcoming one for SmackDown. All right, so we just had a wild week and weekend of the NFL. We're not going to talk about what happened on the sidelines, but we are going to talk about what happened inside the lines. So that's what we do here on The Mind. We talk sports. All right, so we had some upsets, right? Big upsets. And we also had some really close games this weekend, some close finishes. So we're going to do a short review of this week's NFL games. First, let's look at the upsets because we actually had quite a few of them this week. And we're going to begin with Jacksonville versus Baltimore over in London. Everybody took Baltimore. I took Jacksonville. Never seen it coming. But either way, like I was saying, huge upset. I did not see 44-7 coming. I can tell you that. Baltimore just looked horrible. Jacksonville looked great. Upset. And for other upsets, we had the Bills over the Broncos, 26-16. Bills played well. Broncos did not. They did not look how they did against the Cowboys. And the Bills won. Bears over the Steelers in overtime. I don't think anyone was going to predict that one. So that's a big-time upset there. Did not see that one coming at all. And then probably the upset of the week, Jets over the Dolphins. And what I thought would be a cakewalk for the Dolphins, I was completely wrong. Jets actually looked like a football team. They won 20-6. And we had yet another classic matchup, the Giants versus the Eagles. Kind of a very sluggish, kind of boringish game the first three quarters. Then they explode in the fourth quarter. Giants score all 24 of their points in the fourth quarter. The Eagles, they had the game. They let the Giants come back, take the lead, and then they came back. And then the kicker kicked the 61-yard field goal to win the game, 27-24. Same score for the Packers and Bengals. Bengals had a big 21-7 lead going into halftime. They ended up losing 27-24 by a huge comeback by Aaron Rodgers. You never count the Packers out because of that quarterback. That's a bad man, Aaron Rodgers. He's just really good. Your top scorers for Week 3 in fantasy football. Todd Gurley, number 1, with 28 carries, 113 yards, 2 touchdowns to go along with 5 catches, 36 yards, and another receiving touchdown with a grand total of 37 fantasy football points. Stephon Diggs, 8 catches, 172 yards, 2 touchdowns for 37 fantasy football points. Tom Brady completed 25 out of 35 passes for 378 yards, 5 touchdowns, scoring a total of 35 points. Larry Legend had 13 catches, 149 yards, and 1 touchdown, bringing in 33 fantasy football points. Russell Wilson, 29 of 49, throwing the ball a lot, 373 yards and 4 touchdowns. They go with 32 fantasy football points. Here goes your top 5 players probably available in your free agency. Tariq Cohen of the Bears, not owned in 44% of the leagues. Tyrod Taylor, quarterback of the Bills, only owned in 10%. Smallwood from the Philadelphia Eagles. Sproles went down with a broken arm and torn ACL. Smallwood's only owned in 1.6% of leagues. Mohamed Sanu, pick him up. He's only owned in 38% of the leagues, and he catches the ball a lot. Good player for PPR. And Clay, tight end of the Bills. Him and Tyrod Taylor, they're racking up a lot of points together. Clay, tight end, only owned in 7% of the leagues. Here go your top 5 matchups for Week 4. Antonio Brown going against the Baltimore defense. Expect big numbers out of him. Ezekiel Elliott versus the Rams. They're 4th lowest in the run defense this year. Expect a big game from him. AJ Green versus Cleveland. Pick him up. Play him. Here goes a sneaky pick for your PPR leagues. CMC, Christian McCaffrey against the Patriots. I expect him to have a big game. He had 9 catches for 101 yards last week. I'm expecting him to step it up even more now. Zay Ajayi versus New Orleans overseas. Expect big numbers out of him. Hello! Welcome to Weekly Predictions with your undisputed, undefeated, reigning weekly pick champion of the world, Nelson. This is David, the man behind the camera. He's the man with the plan. Seville, he's breaking God code right now, but that's fine. That's cool. Here we go. Weekly predictions, Week 4. First game this week is Thursday night, Bears versus Packers. I got the Packers. David, who you got?
Cheeseheads, man.
The Cheeseheads, you got them. Seville also has Cheeseheads. It's upside down.
Alright, so next game, we got the Rams going out to Dallas. Me, personally, I'm going to take the Rams, man.
What?
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams, man. The way these Cowboys are looking right now, man, they looking a little shaky, man. Y'all see a Super Bowl, but y'all looking like a toilet bowl right now. So I'm going with the Rams.
The Rams, that's all right. Hey, golf's playing good. You know what? If they're playing anybody else, I would say maybe have a shot. But Cowboys, DeMarcus Lawrence had 3 sacks last week. We're going to do the same thing with golf this week. Go Cowboys. Seville also has the Cowboys. Next up, we have the Panthers versus the Patriots. I'm not just saying this because I like them. This is my whack of the week. Whack it in. Panthers win this week in New England. Sorry, Tom Terrific. You're going down, buddy.
Again, I'm gonna disagree with this man over here
Because
because
he's not smart.
his team's been looking like doo doo, man. I gotta watch my language. So that's the word I'm gonna use. But Cam ain't looking like Cam. Run CMC is what you call him. The boy quit, but he don't belong in that backfield. Put him in the slot. Put him at receiver. He need to do something.
You said Tavella's long-winded.
Hey, I might be long-winded, but I'm about to be right. Just understand that.
All right, so he
Put him in the slot.
has the Patriots, obviously.
I have the Patriots. Put him
I
back
had
in
the
slot.
Panthers. Tavell also has the Patriots. Next up, we got the Bills at the Falcons. Falcons still undefeated. Bills, big upset against Denver last week at home. Even though with that said, I'm going to take the Falcons. God, that kind of kills me to say that. I predicted them not to make the playoffs. It looks like I was wrong on that one. But we'll see. Still a lot of football left, but I'm going to go with Falcons.
I agree. I'm going with the Falcons. That was an easy one for me.
Yep, Tavell also has the Falcons. We got your Steelers, and we got your Ravens. Two teams, they hate each other. They don't like each other whatsoever. It's rivalry week for them. I'm going to take, as our good friend Tim would say, the Steel Fathers.
Yeah, me too.
Steel Fathers. Tavell. He took me more. Flack, no.
All right, let's catch a flight and then catch a ferry so we can go on over to London and catch the Saints visiting the Dolphins. And I'm going with the Dolphins.
You sure you went with the Dolphins?
Simple as that. I'm going with the Dolphins.
All right. Sounds good. Dolphins. You know what? I'm going to go Saints. And Tavell, he went Dolphins with you.
You went Dolphins because he's smart, man.
We got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. Battle of Ohio. Cincinnati finally scored a touchdown last week, but this week, the Browns get their first victory. Just like maybe somebody will beat me. I doubt it, but this week, Browns lock it in. Browns beat the Bengals.
Agreed.
Shit. Alright, I thought I was the only one there. Tavell took the Bengals, though, so we'll get 2 wins. They'll get a loss.
Yeah, that's this one, man. I never thought I'd say that in my life. But yeah,
That's hard. It's
all right, we got the Titans heading down to the Texans. And seriously, it sounds like a joke, but it's not. They're about to help with the relief in Houston. I can tell you that.
Ooh, too soon.
No, it's not, because Houston's about to walk all over the Titans, and it's going to help the people.
I feel you. I'm taking the Texans, too.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm taking the Texans, too. Deshaun Watson, rookie of the year.
It's easy.
Or, not. Kareem Hunt, maybe, but
Kareem
Watson's there. Watson's there.
Cohen?
Nah.
No Cohen?
Nah. And Tavell also has the Texans.
We'll see.
We got your Minnesota Vikings against the Detroit Lions. I'm going to take the Lions. Matthew Stafford playing very well this year, so I think he keeps things rolling. Although I think it's a good game, though, in the end.
Well, you did.
All right, so he's taking Minnesota. Tavell is taking the Lions. And the game we're almost excited for. Everybody wants to see it. It's Jacksonville at the Jets. Jets got to win. Jacksonville beat the out of Baltimore. I'm going to take the Jags.
Yeah.
Jags.
That was pretty easy for me, too. I never thought I'd see that. But, yeah, that's going to be the Jags for me, man.
Tavell also has the Jags.
All right, next game, we got the 49ers and the Cardinals. And I like the Cardinals. He tells me I should pick them as my favorite team because I play with them on Madden. But in real life, I'm going with the 49ers this week, man.
I mean, they got to win eventually. So, he goes 49ers. I'm going Cardinals. Tavell, he's going Cardinals. Eagles at the Chargers. Who you got?
Don't look at me like that, man. But I'm going to tell
It doesn't matter who you got, sucker. Philly Birds.
All right, look. I'm going with the Eagles, and I'm going to wear this belt on my shoulder for the rest of the that's childish, man.
You childish.
That's
Pick a team. Dang it.
I already said I got the Eagles, man. That's childish, man.
Eagles. I got to take Eagles, too. Tavell took the Chargers, so we got a couple different there. There we go. Phil Rivers is still the man. We got Tampa Bay. We got the winless Giants. The Giants stay winless. I'm taking the Bucks.
Man, I like Eli, man. You never count a man out, man. Eli has shown that he can stand the test of time. He can start bad, finish strong. So I'm going with Eli, man. He's about to start his winning streak, man.
All right, and looks like Tavell took Becky. And if you don't know who Becky is,
I forgot about Becky.
That's Odell Becky. We got your Oakland Raiders versus your Denver Broncos. I don't like the Broncos. Let's go Raiders.
But we're going to take him to the Bay, get hyphy. I'm going with the Raiders.
Hey. Tavell, he's smart like me and him. He took Oakland as well. Sunday night game, Colts versus Seahawks. Here's a shocker. Tavell, he took the Seahawks. Here's another shocker for you. Nelson, that's me. He's taking the Colts.
Here's another
upset.
Shocker. I took the Colts as well.
Oh. And we will arrive at Monday night. We got the Washington Redskins coming off a big victory against Oakland, against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are undefeated. I'm taking Kansas City. I'm taking Alex Smith. Give me Tyreek Hill. Give me Kareem Hunt. Let's go Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs too, man. Alex Smith, man, he's a bad man, man.
Bad man.
That's
all right.
Bad man.
My score for the game, 31-17. What you got? What's your score?
38-21.
38-20, a high-scoring game. Tavell, and a little bit of upset here, took Washington 28-21. All right, so there you have it. Our weekly picks are in. Remember to leave your weekly picks below. Let us know who you think's going to win the game, and we'll see you next week when you see this glorious man right here still wearing his belt. And there you go, another Wednesday, another episode of Mind Complete. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let us know. Let your friends know about us. Also, tell us what you want to hear about. You hear a story in sports, we didn't talk about it, let us know. That's what we're here for. We'll see you next time on The Mind.
We begin at 2-6, chillin' like.
Hey, welcome to the 2-6, everybody. It's your boy Murph.
Danny
Coming through, represent, holding it down for your boy Mike G.
on the beat.
I don't get down, he get down. He about to show y'all how he get down. See, I just sit back, relax, let him take y'all through the 2-6 real quick, you hear me? New breed.
We just party and bullshit, count money, keep the kush lit. We just party and bullshit, count money, keep the kush lit.
You know how we do it in the 2-6, nigga, we be 2-6 grinding. You know how we do it in the 2-6, nigga, we be 2-6 shining.
Pull up on these niggas, parking lot, pimpin', stuntin', no jet Li, nigga, I run it. Boy, they call me Swag DBS, $1 million man, $1 million swag, yeah, motherfucker. Boy, I got paper, got your grandpappy hatin'. Boy, I throw that paper, got your bitch twerkulating. And you know I'm in the spot, cause the roof is circulating. Boy, I got them PEDs, started ballin' like the Lakers, man, pursuing every dollar, tell me what you know about it.